Hello, hello! On today's Cover Combat show, Mike's going to show us the winners of round 2 and the combatants for round 3. Welcome to your favorite pre-recorded, comic art loving, battle referencing podcast, Cover Combat. I, of course, am your 4th or 5th favorite podcasting host, Kevin, and I have a bunch of other gentlemen here, a couple of which are previous Cover Combat champs. So say hello to our first previous Cover Combat champ. Cover Combat 4 champ, Patrick.
Hey, everyone.
Man, that whole idea went smoother in my head. And then we've also got the Cover Combat 3 champ, Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And then last but not least, we've got Johnny.
Hey, guys.
I should have said something like soon to be next champ, maybe something like that. That would have been more respectful. Sorry, Johnny. I just thought I'd be.
That's all right.
I went with trying to be funny with the opener, and I think I may have failed.
That's all right. You're all right.
Yeah. Oh man, that was such a sweet back. I was just getting ready to say that was such a sweet background setup. Karen must be here, and then say she wasn't. But then I outed myself because it sucked, and I messed it up, and it's obvious Karen isn't here on mic.
Yeah. The worst part is you did it over top of your own sentence.
Well, you double tapped it.
Yeah, no, it's on a loop. Unless you hit the no loop, it just keeps going.
Right.
Yeah, anyway. All right, let's get to it, Mike. If you can't tell, I worked hard on all those extra words that just made me mess it up a little bit more. So we're showing the winners of round 2, right?
Correct. Yep.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. There may have been some upsets this week.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe not.
Obviously, you're in your conclusion. They might be seeming like upsets, but I think we had one round last Cover Combat. You said that same thing, and we were all like, "Wait, those didn't seem like upsets," and because you thought they were upsets,
Right?
but
Yeah.
we thought they were spot on. So who knows?
Yeah. Basically, the covers I voted for didn't make it. Those were upsets.
Right.
It was close at like 9:20. I had 5 matchups that were ties. And then we had a last minute voter, which was great because then I didn't have to utilize my tiebreaker.
Right.
She's not here right now. She's on vacation. So that would have been tricky. But anyway, so broke all the ties and things went ways that I didn't think they were going to go.
Okay.
So let's get to the first matchup. We've got Legends number 6 from John Byrne versus Sandman 1, Dave McKean. And this was close. The winner had 53% of the vote.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised because I can't remember. I always say that I don't check the comments because I don't want to know what's going on. I started getting in the habit of checking the comments at, near the closing of, the vote possibility so that I could see who hadn't voted that I could possibly remind to vote. And so what was happening when I saw it, I was like, whoa, on this one. So we'll see.
Yep.
I meant to ask you too. Was the late voter Max?
No. Max got his in early.
He did? Awesome. Okay, congrats. And just a little shout out to Max. He's in the Philippines. It's great to have you voting on this cover combat, Max. I can't tell you how much I love seeing your name and talking to you about this stuff. So anyway, enough of that.
All right. Let's get to the winner here. The first matchup with 53% of the vote.
Oh,
Legends number 6.
come.
This one surprised me. But
Yeah.
I voted for the Legends, but I didn't think it was gonna.
You voted for the Legends?
Yeah, I did.
Pat, what'd you do?
Yeah, I was Legends too. This seemed like a very, there's very polar opposites on this vote, so
Right.
I can understand why it was so close.
What about you, Johnny?
Yeah, I went with Legends. It was a tough one for me. I thought about this one for a while.
I went with Sandman, so I'm the odd one out here. No wonder it lost. But R.I.P. Sandman. Love that book. Love that cover.
All right, next up we've got Batman and the Outsiders 32 from Alan Davis versus Batman 431 with George Pratt. The winner here, 74% of the vote. So this one was a little heftier victory.
Oh, I'm thinking this might be going my way on this one. This one was tough for me. I think all you guys mentioned last week, this wasn't a tough for you. Wasn't going to be a tough one for you, right, Pat?
Yeah, because I really don't like that upside down Batman.
Right. Mike, was it tough for you?
No, I do like that Batman. I remember that one coming out, but yeah, I love the perspective on the Outsiders.
John?
Yeah, I'm the same as Pat there.
Wow. Okay, so hold on. I just have to say this real quick. When you said the votes were lopsided, I was totally thinking, the book I picked is totally making it through then, which is Batman 431. But from what you guys are saying, if you're the lopsided, voters, yeah. So now I'm scared.
Yeah, the four of us voted here the same way we did on the Sandman Legends. So
yeah, wasn't this Batman 431? Was it like, I can't remember. Was this? Oh, I'm thinking, Johnny, you might be the only one to attest to this, but wasn't this Batman 431 a video game we played like that used covers and they used this one or something like that?
Man, I don't remember.
Yeah, and I love that cover. I can't believe you guys don't like it. I not only like it, but I love it. Let's see who's right, Mike.
All right, let's see who's right. Hey, Kevin's got it. It's Batman 431.
That's what I'm talking about. Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys get it, right? Go back to that real quick, Mike.
Yeah, I do. I know.
He's a bat. He's upside down because he's Batman.
I think that's one of Patrick's problems with it. It's too on the nose, right?
I think it's funny because Kevin, you have a thing against upside down characters on.
Oh,
not unless it makes sense, like Bat. I'm making these rules up as I go along.
Of course, that's the best way to do it, right?
But putting that in the books, Karen, transcriber. If it's an upside down bat, I'm good with it. Upside down anything else, unless I discover something else that makes sense being upside down, then I'll change my mind again. All right, Mike, what do you got next?
All right, next up. Adventures of Superman 424 from Jerry Ordway versus Action Comics 643, George Perez. And the victor here had 58% of the vote.
Oh, close one. You know what? The thing that with this one, the Ordway cover, I love it. But it looks like a statue. It looks like just a really fine statue.
I agree. It does look like a statue.
Pat would say, what did you say? I think you said something about not liking the 643 or something, just because of the
Nah,
layout with the framing or something?
nah, I like both of these. I'll be happy with either one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mike?
I like them both. My issue with Adventures of Superman is just it's not very vibrant, and I most vibrant picture. It just seems very washed out, kind of.
pastel.
Best, yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too. So okay.
I voted for it though.
Yeah, actually, I did too. I think I did at least. It was close though. It was close though.
Yeah. All right. So the winner with 58% of the vote. Moving on, Action Comics 643.
That's a cool one though. That's cool. I'm actually fine with it. The audience just didn't like it. Yeah.
No, that's not.
We need to switch out audiences.
Oh, ugh. Here we go. Here we go.
Batman 428 from Mike Mignola versus Batman 417 from Mike Zeck.
This is
winner
another one
here.
where I'd be happy with either one. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. 53% of the vote went to the winner. So this is another nail biter.
What do you have to say about this one, Johnny? Remind people or people that haven't heard yet.
I'm on the side of 428 there, but I like them both. So
Yeah, I'm on 428 side as well. Yeah, which I like them both as well. But yeah, that Death in the Family just means much more to me than 10 Nights of the Beast. But it's even close in that nostalgic. It's close for me too, because 10 Nights of the Beast was obviously same time frame with Mike loving that before I was on the Batman bandwagon. But they're both awesome. So
I really like the lighting on 428. I just think it's spectacular.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yep. And they're reprinting that. I think I shared that they're reprinting it with the different outcome this time.
Yeah, which I think you shared that in the group, so I don't think we talked about that on the show or anything yet. That's going to be interesting. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I think it's kind of an interesting experiment. I like that they call it a faux simile.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it existed because they had to be prepared for either outcome, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but which cover's better here? That's the question.
You asking me?
Yeah.
All right. And let's get to the winner.
All right.
Moving on, we've got Batman 417 from Mike Zeck.
Dadgummit.
That hurt me more than I thought it would.
Say that again, Johnny.
That hurt me more than I thought it would.
This is why you're my second best friend, Johnny, because I was just getting ready to say that in a different way, but the exact same tone. I was going to say, or the exact same meaning. I was going to say, man, I think actually I just realized I was actually on the side of Death in the Family more than I thought I was. And now I'm really mad right now. I'm madder than I thought.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
Well, you guys better get some medicine because the pain just keeps on coming.
Okay. Oh, daggum. All right.
Oh, yeah. More pain.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
All right. Dark Knight 4 from Frank Miller versus Batman 400, Bill Sienkiewicz. Once again, the winner with 53% of the vote. These things they're just right down the middle, just about.
Unfortunately, I can't help but think of this matchup as me versus Johnny. I don't know who submitted these covers. That's still up in the air. But this is obviously, we've talked about it before. I think, Johnny, do you still say this is your favorite cover of all time?
Yeah, but I did not submit it, but it is my favorite, yeah.
And then, this Dark Knight 4 is probably one of my favorite covers of all time, which, again, the same thing. I did not submit it either. Just
that's shocking. I didn't know that, yeah.
I will say I tried to, but I got the old kickback from Mike. Someone else had already submitted it. So So this is going to be interesting. So I'm against you, Johnny, but I love you, brother.
I love you too.
What say you on this, Pat? Are you pretty down the middle on this one?
No, I'm strongly in the Bill Sienkiewicz camp here.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, I love them both, but my nod went to Sienkiewicz, Batman 400.
Oh, another one where I'm on a hill alone. Okay, what do you got?
You're on a hill there with Superman. All right. The winner with 53% of the vote, Dark Knight 4.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice. I only wish it was me that put it in now.
See, this one didn't hurt me so much, Kevin, because I saw Batman 400 lose that other cover combat, so I was prepared for it, I guess, this time.
You know, and I will say too, I'm going to say the more we see it and talk about it, I actually enjoy it more than that first time. I think it was real easy, or excuse me, real early in season 1 that we just talked about it because we didn't have video yet. And I brought it up on my phone during the podcast. And I was like, oh man, that sucks. I couldn't remember it at all. I really didn't like it at all. And I think Max was on board with me on that one too. But ever since then, every time I see it, it grows on me a little bit more. So probably at some point I'll be on your side. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if it shows up in Cover Combat 7, and you can vote for it if it does, right?
We'll see. Yeah. But I'm never voting for the Barry Windsor Smith Wolverine. All right. All right, Mike, what you got?
All right. New Titans 61 from George Perez versus The Killing Joke from Brian Bolland. 84% of the vote went to the winner here. And I'll tell you guys this much: 84%. That's pretty big. It's not the biggest of the week.
Oh, daggone.
There was another one that was a bigger landslide.
That's actually a scary number for me because I'm totally assuming Killing Joke is taking this, which will make me sad because I love this new Titans, but I'll be happy because Killing Joke moves on. But that number's so big with the audience we have. That could be a Titans victory. I don't know. Pat, what say you on this?
As Cover Combat rolls along here, I feel like nothing's going to be able to beat this Killing Joke cover.
Okay. Pat's calling the season right now.
Well, let me say this. I thought I had that same mindset until I saw the other victory that was a bigger landslide than this one.
Uh-oh. What say you, John?
Can I tell you that when this Killing Joke came out, we didn't have a comic book store here, and I remember the advertisements for it. And the advertisements for it did not show the front cover. It showed the picture of the Joker right after he came out of the acid, where he was holding his hands through his like fingers through his hair.
Yeah.
That's how that picture. And it's used on lots of T-shirts and stuff. I mean, people seen it. But I remember when I finally we did get a comic book store eventually. I remember going to B. Dalton and asking about the Killing Joke and asking if I could get it there, and they were like looking at me like I was insane. What is this? I don't know what you're even talking about. But when the comic book store finally opened, the second print was out, and I got the second print. But I was a little bit disappointed because I just think that other image of the Joker's personally better.
What?
But yeah, well, it's in the same book. It's the same artist. I just like.
Yeah, I know, but I definitely like this one better.
Yeah, but yeah, I have so much love for that Killing Joke. That's if it loses here, I'm going to be very, very upset.
Me too. I agree. But like I said, I love this Titans cover too so much. I've always loved this Titans cover.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
This is a good submission, and you know, like Pat said, I don't know if there's anybody that's gonna not be, you know, in a bad matchup against this Killing Joke.
Yeah. I remember when the Killing Joke came out, you know, I was panicking because I really wanted it, but we didn't have a store, so locating it was tricky.
Yeah, I don't even remember where we eventually did. Do you, Mike?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I think it was this came out, I think it came out after Batman the Cult, didn't it?
No,
'Cause either,
I'm not sure about that.
yeah, either one of those two were the first prestige formats that I ever had. So it was like, this is
I think
really,
this came out first.
did it? Okay, then this was the first prestige format that I ever had, because I didn't get the Dark Knight books until, well after. Yeah, so this was,
Yeah, B. Dalton had Dark Knight. I didn't have Killing Joke, and I had to get the second print. And it was pink writing on it instead of green, and then I had to go back and get the first print later on.
yeah. All right, well, let's see if it's moving on, and if so, we can talk more about it next week.
All right, this deserves it. Oh,
All right. Were you gonna do a drum roll?
I was. I think we set that up so epically. I felt like it needed one, but that's fine.
As everyone is well aware and everybody knew, the Killing Joke moves on.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Next up, we've got Detective Comics 566 from Dick Giordano versus New Teen Titans #2, George Perez.
This one was tough for me just because I wasn't really feeling either one. I definitely can appreciate both of them, but I wasn't really feeling either one. So I honestly don't remember where I landed. It was so close in a non-spectacular way for me. Johnny, where are you at on this one?
I went with Titans, but I think this is an interesting matchup because the Titans is a legitimate key issue because it's the first appearance of Deathstroke to Terminator.
Right.
And the Batman one, though, or the Detective Comics one, that's sort of becoming a bit of a key just for cover because of the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people were starting to collect that one just because of the cover because it's got the rogues on it, So
Okay.
yeah, it's sort of an interesting matchup to me. But I don't have a dog in this fight, so.
Gotcha. Or Pat, what'd you say?
Titans. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of the Batman cover, but the artwork doesn't appeal to me as much as George does on the Titans cover, especially that Joker on the Batman cover. I don't really care for that Joker. So yeah, Titans.
Mike?
Yeah, I like the Detective. I like them both, obviously, but yeah, for what Johnny was saying, I love the Rogues Gallery on there. The winner here had just to put this in a little more perspective, 53% of the vote. So this was another
Pretty even.
right down the middle. What's funny, when Cora was voting, she saw Raven and she's like, "Oh my!" She voted for Titans just because of how awesome Raven looks. She liked her a lot too.
Very cool.
But the winner, moving on with 53%, we've got Detective Comics. $5.66.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough.
So I was surprised on this one. I really thought that Titans was just going to knock it out.
I think whichever one would have won, whichever cover they went up against next, they would have been out anyway. So it's fine.
This one's like the little engine
not
that
that
could.
bad. I'm just kidding. What, Mike?
This one's like the little engine that could. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
all right, next up, we've got Green Arrow Longbow Hunters #1 from Mike Rell versus Batman 422 from Jerry Bingham.
Yeah, I'm worried about this one, but I definitely love the Batman more. What about you, Pat?
The more I looked at this matchup, it was an easy one for me. Green Arrow, the design layout of that cover is just head and shoulders above that Batman, in my opinion. So,
Wow,
sorry,
Johnny, that's okay.
I'm with you on this one, Kev. I went with Batman, but I just want to say, like last week when I was watching the episode where you revealed, the contestants or whatever, I kept looking at this one because I was so confused because I thought it was like the same matchup, Batman. because Batman was against Green Arrow last week, and I was confused. I was like, I think they just redid this one. Like, how did we miss this? We messed this up, and I had to go back and sort of rewatch it. Oh, it was a different one. It was up against, because it's funny that Batman's been up against Green Arrow twice.
Mm-hmm. What did you say about these one, Mike?
Yeah, I went with Batman, but I agree with Patrick. The layout on that Green Arrow is really it's really great. But I love that Batman cover.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am, because I feel like if that Green Arrow were up against another book that was a similar style, that Green Arrow would win all the time. But yeah, I just love how epic this Batman is. So Pat's the outlier on this one. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I think it's a colored pen. It looks like he did those in colored pencil, and I've just never been a fan of colored pencil. So done this way, I think there are other ways to use colored pencils. I think Mark Brooks uses them quite a bit. So that's the difference for me on it.
Gotcha.
The winner had 68% of the vote.
Okay.
All right. And moving on, Batman 422.
Very nice. Sorry about it, Pat.
I feel like I need control of that boo button. I'm not doing very well vote-wise this week.
That actually would be interesting if we swap up control of the background whenever Karen isn't here to get a little different perspective on things.
You know what would make this Batman cover better?
What?
If I could see who he's fighting in that knife. Like, I need the.
Oh yeah.
That is a perfect missed opportunity there, John. You're right. We need to get this book to some professional artist and say remark it with. Does anybody actually remember this book and the story and who he's actually fighting in it?
I don't remember.
We should do our research, read the book, figure out who would be the appropriate person to be in that blade, get some professional artist, and doesn't even need to be a big name, just some professional guy with a familiar but not as expensive for Remark's name, and get him to remark one of these covers. That'd be great. That's genius, John. Good job.
Thank you.
I don't know why you're going to those lengths. We've got 4 capable people. Right. You saw what we did with the X-Men book.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, I think you just set up our first tease for the Combat and Collectibles Season 3 finale. I am in for the Batman Reflective Blade Remark Challenge. Are you in for that, Pat?
Sure, why not?
Johnny, are you in?
We'll see.
Oh, come on.
I can give Batman a nice head of red hair. No problem.
You guys do not. I think I will, regardless of what anybody does, whatever my reflection is in that blade will be the most ridiculous of the week. So don't worry about being bad. I will outshine you in that direction. So
Mine initially, I was going to do somebody holding up my remark of the X-Men book.
Oh my God, that'd be funny. I was gonna say the only way Mike could possibly make his worse than mine is if he does it with his finger on his Apple phone. That's the only way it's gonna be worse. But yeah.
Hey, that's the way I did my X.
That was my point exactly. That was pretty easy with hair, but I'm not so sure you're gonna be able to pull that off with a reflection in the night.
No.
All right. Anyway,
let's get back to what we're here for.
Okay.
Next up, Batman 339 from Rich Buckler versus Batman 423 from Todd McFarlane. And just so nobody gets comfortable, the winner, 53% of the vote.
Of course. I'm going to cry a little bit on the show today if this 423 loses. Pat, where are you on this?
Yeah, I don't know. This was one of those last-minute votes because I really don't have an attachment to either one. And the more I looked at the girl on on McFarlane's cover, the more I sided with Batman 339.
Oh, daggum. Mike?
Yeah, I've loved that 423 since the day it hit the shelf. But also, the more I look at it, the more chaotic it is. I actually went with 339, which surprised me. But like that, I put a lot of thought into it.
Johnny?
Buckler takes out McFarlane. This will be the upset of the week, I think. But I went with 339 also.
Daggum!
So Kevin's on an island.
Yeah.
I am again. And the more and not only do I disagree with you guys, I disagree with you guys strongly. The more I look at that cover, the more I love it.
Well, I guess if Kevin was going to a deserted island and he could take one person, the three of us wouldn't be. One of them.
Just to be clear, I love both of these covers. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, and now the audience is noting how Pat and Mike didn't follow suit. Just to be clear on that.
If I would have voted on this matchup back when Batman 423 came out, I definitely would have went with McFarlane. You know, he was the new, exciting, different thing.
Yeah.
But now looking back, it's like, I don't know.
I guess he drew that in like 10 minutes as well. That's sort of funny.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I heard. That he just needed to whip something together real fast.
Yeah.
And
the only thing that disappointed with that puts kind of any kind of disappointment or dislike or anything in my head with this cover is the action figure he put out. I was totally that could have been. It looks cool, but it just I was not impressed with the action figure he put out for this cover. And then I think someone added the picture of that actually being Batman's leg cut. So that wasn't good too. But, you know, I still love the cover just as much. And look how cozy she is. I don't know what you guys are talking about with her. She's all cozy. And Batman's holding her. And you know, anyway, we could talk about it all day. Anyway, who won this one, Mike?
all right, the winner with 53% of the vote.
Oh my goodness.
Ah!
Upset of the week.
That is the
Batman
upset of the week.
39. I go up against Killing Joke now.
Wow, it's getting
Wow.
beers.
Settle down, you guys.
All right, you guys. I hear are you booing with?
I was intensifying the volume every time it replayed. I don't know whether that came across very well, but anyway, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I like this cover. Just to be clear, I like this cover too. I just love that other one so much.
That's because you like winners.
I mean, this is a cool cover, but hey, yeah. Anyway, you know. All right.
You ready to move on?
I can't help but be angry at it now. I'm not going to be able to vote for it.
All right.
All right. Here's another one. Dadgum. Okay.
Save some of that anger. All right. Detective Comics 487 from Jose Luis Garcia Lopez versus Crisis number 7, George Perez. 68% of the vote went to the winner.
Johnny, what say you?
The more I look at that 487,
Oh,
first of all, on 487, I love Batgirl. Robin's fine. But I can't not see that Batman as holding a bomb above his head.
You talking about like it's like
like in the original Batman movie from '66 or whatever. Yeah, like it looks like they were watching like the Batman movie and just it just reminds me of that. Like the pose he's in and everything. It reminds me of him holding a bomb above his head.
That is funny. That's
but I went with Crisis.
Mike.
Yeah. As much as I went with Crisis. I was gonna say, as much as I love that detective, it's hard to go against Crisis.
I think I heard that George whipped out that Crisis cover in 10 minutes too.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all on the same team this time. I went with Crisis too, and again, I've said before that it's just because there's too much extra on that detective. So anyway, but that's a great cover, obviously. So, but I'm gonna lay a paycheck right now. Crisis got this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not taking that bet.
Yeah. All right, and the winner, saving Kevin's paycheck, is Crisis number 7.
Thank you. Incidentally, I own my own company, and things aren't going so well right now. So I haven't gotten a paycheck in months, so I wouldn't have lost anything.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Crisis.
Yeah. That's going to be tough to beat.
I was actually thinking when it first came up that this was going to be your biggest lopsided of the week victory thing, but
No.
I'm sure I'm forgetting something big. Something big.
Well, our next matchup is definitely not a big lopsided. We've got New Teen Titans 36, George Perez versus Green Lantern, Green Arrow number 1 from Neil Adams. This one, 53% of the vote went to the winner. So this
is that Beckett chiming in on how happy he is about Crisis? Is that what that was?
Yeah, he gets really angry when other dogs walk past the house, and
Our dogs do as well.
yeah, we've got like 300 houses down below, and I think 299 of them have dogs that walk past our house.
Well, you did a good job trying to completely talk over that bark.
The biggest thing, he's outside.
Thank God, yeah.
Like I said, the winner here had 53% of the vote.
Yeah, I guess that's not surprising. This one is another one that's underwhelming to me, but I had it was pretty easy for me to ultimately pick a Green Lantern, Green Arrow, and I think it's just because of to re-quote Mike with how the rain is so heavy, it kind of washes out a lot of the Titans. What say you on this one, Pat?
Like them both, but I stayed green yet again this week.
Gotcha. Mike?
Yeah, I went Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Man, that looks so great.
Johnny, are you alone here this one?
It's unanimous on this one. The coloring is just so much better on the Green Lantern, Green Arrow, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, well, let's get on with the winner here. Breaking all of our hearts, we've got New Teen Titans.
Oh my God! Wow, I'm shocked. I am shocked, and not just because it's unanimous because of us. I thought that was I didn't even give that thought. I thought this is Green Arrow's going.
I think Green Arrow's out now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, he had 3. It's a little bit surprising he actually got 3 in there. It's good for Green Arrow. Too bad he didn't make it too far.
Right. All right. Next up. Oh, did you have something else to say?
No, just saying fine. Like, whatever.
Well, there's Green Arrow's girl still in it for now.
All right. Action Comics 609 from Brian Bolland versus New Teen Titans 31, George Perez. The winner here, 63% of the vote.
Easy one for me. That action's boring. What about you, Mike?
Hey, I went with the boring action.
Did you really?
Yeah, I love it. It's
Am I going to be the outlier here, Pat?
The colors, and I get why the colors are the way they are on the Teen Titans, but it's just, I just wanted more color.
It made too much sense for you. Got it. I get it.
Right? Yeah, it made too much sense.
Johnny, where'd you go on this?
I'm the same as Mike. If you look at the color on the Titans book, you know the Crisis book that we just did with Superman holding Supergirl.
Yeah.
The entire like the background characters. There's a ton of background characters in that, and they're all colored to sort of wash it out so that you notice the thing in the front, which is Superman and Supergirl. So they're all colored just like this entire Titans cover is colored.
Okay.
This Titans cover is like all background, no foreground. It just, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that Crisis cover about how that's a good lesson on how to color a book, a cover, because so much detail in the background, but the focus was automatically drawn to the characters.
It's not so chaotic.
Yep.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a favor now that I've gotten this art lesson from two of my favorite artists?
Yeah.
That would be Pat and Johnny. Can we go back and look at that Crisis real quick so I can really appreciate their comments?
Oops.
Oh man, yeah, I totally see what you're talking about. I'm not actually being facetious right now. I'm like serious. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So you want to change your vote on the whoops. Oh, snap.
No. Well, let's just pretend. I'm going to say no still because
what's the percent?
The percent was 63 to the winner.
That would
So,
I'm still going to say no because my ultimate decision on this wasn't the coloring or even the art itself, just the cover. And I thought the Titans got it's cool and action is boring. That was my ultimate decision on this one. So but
well,
let's do one.
Like Johnny said last week, the story that the Action Comics is telling is there's a lot to that story, with
right
the costume. So.
Yeah.
All right,
Which
so the winner.
Sweet.
Right.
I don't get that at all. I don't get this win at all. Just mind-boggling to me.
Mike, who won? I don't think the podcast listeners heard you.
No, they didn't. New Teen Titans 31, George Perez.
So Johnny, geez, oh man, Pat. This is why it won, because the action, although like Mike pointed out, with the content of the story in mind, that cover is better, and it's obviously great art, and the coloring is good. It's boring. That's what the audience went with, Pat. That's all you gotta just track with the boringness of it. Imagine
this one definitely is boring. I agree.
No. Imagine real life, okay? And you walk into a room and there's a chick standing there. She's hot, but she's just standing there holding an outfit, okay? Versus you come walking around the corner in the kitchen and Raven's like, whoa, and the big Raven behind her's coming over and a bunch of bodies are below. Which one's more exciting? Which one is your heart pounding? Well, your heart might be pounding for a different reason. Anyway.
Evan.
One question, Kevin. You're not going to sway me on this one.
Okay.
Black canary cover there, so.
Well, let me just say this too. I didn't submit the Titans, so whoever did submit this Titans, they can. I hope I helped their case with that whole analogy.
I just want to say, Kevin very often votes for ones where somebody's just standing there.
That's true. But are they against an exciting cover? That's the question.
Yes. I think if we went back, you would find that happens a lot. Yes.
Okay. Well, the next time it happens, that's when you need to call me out.
I'm going to call you out on the Black Canary versus Titans example.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. I know you'll remember too, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Sorry.
Next up, we've got Batman 321 from Jose Luis Garcia Lopez versus Batman 390, Tom Mandrake. The winner here, once again, 63% of the vote.
Wow, that's actually surprising. I would have figured this would be a 53%er. This is so close for me. What about you, John?
321, 100% for me, but it would be interesting to see 390 there go up against Crisis.
Yeah. It would lose, I'd bet, but yeah.
It would lose, but they're very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Was that intentional, actually? Was this what's the timeline on Crisis and Batman 390?
Oh goodness, they were right around the same time. I'm not sure which one came out first. They were very similar in time. Mm-hmm.
So you think that 390 was kind of intentionally, influenced by Crisis, possibly? If Crisis was first, maybe.
Well, Crisis might have been influenced by the John Byrne one with the X-Men.
Oh yeah, X-Men was first. I always forget that. Why do we get those? I don't know if you didn't.
But that layout goes way back. If you can go back and find that same layout. There's one with Batman holding Robin that's like that. It's just a really common layout. So I don't even know who if you can 100% give credit to any one artist for coming up with that.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Pat, I think from your comment already, you went with 321 easy on this one.
Oh yeah, easy. I don't like that 390. I don't like Batman. I don't like his cape. I don't like how, because the way he's holding the body, he looks like super skinny. There's just the coloring. There's just nothing I like about it. Whereas 321, again, I'm a sucker for design elements, and this cover is just such a well designed and laid out cover that that 390 can't even come close.
Gotcha, Mike.
Yeah, I went with 321. Not as harsh as Patrick on the 390. I actually like the 390, and the more I look at it, I think that I like it more. I know it wouldn't fit with the lighting and stuff, but if the bat symbol on his chest was more prominent, I think it would be more striking. Even though it wouldn't work in reality, because it's mostly shadow. With the lightning behind him. But yeah, I went with 321.
Gotcha. All right. What did the audience say?
Which one did you get, Kevin?
I was so I can appreciate how awesome Batman 321 is, and I think it's a better for multiple reasons, like the Pat said, cover and Johnny. But I'm thinking, and I'm trying to think exactly why I still may have picked the 390, because I love that cover and it's so cool. And I feel like there's some nostalgia in there for me, but I don't exactly know why. I really couldn't. That's why I kind of just skipped over it. I can't, it's kind of inexplicable why this was a tough choice for me. And it was tough. So I couldn't remember exactly which one I voted for. Do you have that in front of you, Mike?
Oh, I do. Let me get to that page.
And then
I'm looking for your initials here.
That Batman and Nocturne are kind of colored similar to that Titans cover.
What'd you say,
Kevin, you went with 390.
Okay. Yeah.
So once again, you're on an island.
I am on an island. Wait, no, you said didn't you say you voted for 390? No.
No, I went with 321, but the more
you said you like 390, though.
The more I like it.
Gotcha. I am on an island again.
Let's see the winner with what did I say on this one? That was 63% of the vote went to the winner.
Oh!
Batman 390.
That's another one. I just cannot understand that.
Pat, imagine you came around the corner and
I'm done imagining, Kevin. I'm done.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'd be more afraid of people. Yeah, I'd be afraid of the birthday cake. Actually, I'd probably try to eat some birthday cake.
Yeah,
you're off camera eating the cake while everybody else is burning.
I think Patrick's like, why did we get a bunch of kindergartners to vote on these? They don't make sense.
Man, I am so excited. I'm going to throw a tease in for Cover Combat 7 right now. I'm so excited to hear what everybody has to say about all the covers in Cover Combat 7 that are kind of outside the realm of just our own opinions. It's going to be so great. Sorry about this.
I'm excited for everybody to see those rounds, those Cover Combat 7 covers, because seriously, they are out there. Like, really? Where did
they're all over the place too? Yeah.
And it's fantastic. That's what I like so much about it, because
we're
all very, very similar,
Yeah.
And what we like, and
we're all from the same age.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I'm kind of afraid I'm gonna have to temper my comments. I feel because I don't want to alienate viewers.
Well, all you have to do is you just have to pretend to be like I am sometimes, where be really, I want to hear your passionate, direct, to the point criticisms, but then just afterwards you got to go. But seriously, no offense to whoever, whatever.
They're both great. They're both great, but
yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I don't know. We need a villain. Every show needs a villain.
Yeah.
I can be that villain if you want.
Pat just doesn't want to be the villain. That's his point.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Animal Man number 5 from Brian Bolland versus Dark Knight 1 from Frank Miller.
Is this the big one? Is this the big one, Mike?
No.
Oh.
This one, 58% of the vote went to the winner. So not even close to being a landslide.
I'm afraid about this one too.
Me too.
And now I know what this landslide is going to be now too, and I'm not happy with it, but I'm happy. Whatever.
I wish I had a memory as good as yours so I could remember, because I've been trying to noodle it ever since you said it.
Well, I have a paper that I'm looking at, so I go along and mark the winners as we go. So
okay. Johnny, what say you about this one?
I went with Dark Knight, but I love them both. So
I thought you were going to end there, which you're doing a perfect ending, because that's how I feel. I went with Dark Knight on this, but that's all I have.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pat, what did you ultimately do on this?
I mean, I don't feel good. I feel horrible now. There's no way. This again, design, this Animal Man cover, even though that's an iconic design and everybody remembers that Dark Knight cover. I can't vote against Brian Bolland here.
Mike?
Yeah, I voted for Animal Man because basically I obviously I love that Dark Knight cover. It's iconic. But this one I went with the actual art that went into it. And while it's very simple and striking, and sometimes less is more, yeah, Brian Bolland and that Animal Man, it's just it's just great design.
Thanks, Mike. I'm glad one person's on my side.
I'm actually on your side too, Pat, for two reasons actually. One, first of all, I'll say I voted for the Dark Knight because this is in the top 5 favorite covers for me. But I didn't even know about this Animal Man cover before. I mean, I may have seen it in the past, but it just didn't stick or whatever before this cover Combat. But man, and I love it so much. It is so great. And I think it was Johnny that first pointed out how perfect the hand is, which then made me look at that even more. And it's just, yeah, I'll be sad if the Animal Man gets eliminated just because it's so spectacular. But I also I'm also, even though I voted for Dark Knight, rooting for Animal Man to win now, just so Patrick survives this show.
Jeez.
All right, Mike.
All right. I'm afraid to show the winner now.
I am too.
I'm just kidding. But the winner, surprising nobody, I guess. Dark Knight number 1. Dark Knight.
Pat, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pat, if you need somebody to talk to after the show, I'm always available.
Hey, Pat, sorry, Mike, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised that it was as close as it was, though. Just because of how iconic this Batman is. I was pleasantly surprised, though.
Yeah, and again, that was my cover, too. My Animal Man cover, so.
Oh, man.
So that cuts double deep right there.
Yeah.
I think I may be gone. I think I may be eliminated. I don't think I have anything left. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
So,
no,
Pat,
I don't know. Yeah, I do.
Here's the question I have for you, Pat. Would you have felt better if Animal Man would have been eliminated by Killing Joke, though?
Yes.
Okay. So
I mean, I think I've stated this before. I know this is an iconic cover. Everybody knows this cover. It's been, homaged so many times. But even so, I don't think it's a good cover. So
yeah, you said that. Yeah. I think it's a spectacular cover.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get away from this heartbreak.
Okay.
That's some more heartbreak.
Wonder Woman 14, George Perez versus New Teen Titans number 9, George Perez. And 53% of the vote went to the winner. This is
Oh man.
close to the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, I am on Team Karen on this one. I mean, I think they're both great, of course, but I'm in for Team Karen and getting a Wonder Woman through on this one. So, what say you on this one, Mike?
Yeah, once again, I love them both. I went with Wonder Woman just so I can say because I wanted to push that Wonder Woman through because it knocked out my Wonder Woman, and I didn't want my Wonder Woman to lose to a book that got eliminated in the very next round.
I actually looked for a few Wonder Woman. I couldn't bring myself to put them ahead of all the rest of my submissions. Of course, Johnny, what do you got on this one?
I went with Block Party Wonder Woman there, but I like them both. I was thinking about that Wonder Woman from before, the one with Ares standing, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about Patrick. Patrick, you like the Ares one, right? Better than this one.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, you're more of a Marvel guy, and that Ares is in such a Jack Kirby pose.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. I was sort of thinking about that as I watched it, upon watching the show, I guess.
Yeah, I think I still voted for this Wonder Woman over that Ares Wonder Woman too, even though, okay, there's a cool factor that I voted against my cool factor standard because I think the Ares one is definitely cooler, but I don't know why I like this. I think you called it a barbecue Wonder Woman last week.
Yeah, barbecue. Now I'm calling it Block Party.
Yeah, which I think it's great, even though there's not a lot going on, obviously, but And I think I thought you guys were going to say more about the colors on the Titans too, with that being a major factor of a lot of the other covers. You said there's not a whole lot of colors going on with the Wonder Woman, or it's kind of bland or whatever. Say arty things.
Say arty things.
Again, I went Titans here. I went Wonder Girl instead of Wonder Woman.
Right.
Just because of the design on the element of this cover is, just pushes it over the edge for me. And I'm still voting for George Perez either way. So
yeah. All right, Mike.
If you take all the strings out, it looks like they're all dancing, like in a video or something. Sorry.
Okay.
Hold on.
There's another remark for you. Take all the strings out, put them in a studio with a DJ in the background. That would be pretty funny.
And they look like they're doing the dance like that the Charlie Brown kids do in the Christmas.
Right. All right, Mike, what do you got?
You muted. You're still muted, Mike.
He's not listening to us, and we can't unmute him because he muted himself. Mike, you muted yourself and forgot to unmute yourself. You want to try that again?
Yeah, I'm unmuted now, right?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Sorry, if anybody wants a dog, I want to drive by curbside pickup.
I figured you went straight from barking to lapping water. That's what made you mute.
It is. It is.
Which I can relate, obviously.
Yeah. So free dog, curbside pickup, all the shots.
There was an audience reaction, and Karen definitely would have reacted to this.
Yeah, I didn't want to react without actually hearing what Mike said first. So, Mike.
All right. Let's go ahead and clean up this train wreck. So it was Wonder Woman 14, George Perez.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
Right.
Karen's gonna be happy.
She is. Congratulations, Karen.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on our last matchup, which turned out to be the biggest landslide of the week. 90% of the vote went to the winner.
Oh man.
And I think Patrick, no, he was saying that he's kind of tracking things so he knows what's in there. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Because Kevin's forgot. He's like, well, I don't remember the last
I still can't remember. Yeah.
All right. Well, how's this? Dr. Fate #1, Sean McManus versus Greatest Batman Stories, Dave Dorman.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go ahead and highlight the winner because there's no doubt.
No doubt. Yeah.
All right, I'm doubting. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm doubting. I literally, even with it being a 90% landslide, I have no idea which way this goes because I'm just gonna talk this out real quick. And the Batman, the favorite. A lot of people that vote maybe aren't familiar with Dr. Fate, but I think the Dr. Fate art in general is better in my opinion because of what we talked about. How this is kind of a novel cover and it's not like comic booky whatever. I love Dr. Fate, so I have no idea here. This is going to be shocker for me.
Kevin, even I voted for Batman on a gargoyle here.
I know, you did say that, didn't you? All right, I guess that is the leaner here. So, yeah, the landslide for Batman is what we're predicting, I guess. Right, John?
Yeah, I mean, I like that Dr. Fate kind of a lot, yeah, but come on.
Yeah, I love that Dr. Fate. I love that Dr. Fate so much. Dadgummit. All right, Mike.
All right. And the winner was Batman. Greatest stories ever told. Now that if you couldn't figure it out, Kevin was one of the very few people to vote for Dr. Fate. The vote.
The island is Kevin went down on this one.
I did.
Track record. You've had a pretty good track record.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
Oh man, dadgum. Okay, all right. Let's set us up for more pain.
All right. Here we go. Round 3. It's funny. Johnny had mentioned the Crisis cover going up against that Batman cover. I'm thinking, oh, that would be cool. And I can't even remember. I did all this last night, and I can never remember the matchups for the next round.
That's awesome. I love that for you. Absolutely.
Well, I think it's probably Alzheimer's, but thank you.
No, I was going to say it's lack of oxygen to the brain. He's falling asleep at the time, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably more so because he's the cover guy. He's looking at 5,000 covers every week.
Yeah.
Doing cover combat and pick 3. And he's a comic collector, so he's looking at other covers that aren't even involved with the show. It's easy to lose track, but yeah. I hope it's not Alzheimer's, Mike.
No, it's not. I finished this around 11 o'clock last night, so it was it was a long 3 hours. All right, our first matchup. New Teen Titans 31 versus Action Comics 643.
All right. R.I.P. New Teen Titans.
Well, now that we've all talked the color aspect of it, there's a lot of color on that Action Comics.
Yeah, there is. I'm not even going to vote for the Teen Titans because I think that action's pretty cool. Pat's easy one for you.
Easy one for me. George Perez.
Mike.
Yeah, easy one for me.
John.
Yeah, the same.
All right, moving right along.
Right. No need to vote.
Hey, and let's just say this before we move on. Go back for 1 second, Mike. We do not judge anybody who wants to vote for the new Teen Titans, so do not let the hosts of this show's humble opinions sway if you love this Teen Titans cover, because it is, as I've said before, cool. So don't let it take you away from that. So anyway, okay, Mike, moving on.
Oh. Batman 422 versus Legends #6. Yeah, this is a hard one for me.
Well, my vote for Sandman wasn't enough to pull it over Legends. I fear my vote for Batman 422 will not be enough over Legends on this one as well. What say you, Johnny?
I'm gonna have to think about this one too.
Okay. Pat?
Legends.
Mike?
Yeah, it's a thinker for me too. It's I gotta put some time into it.
Okay, that gives me some hope.
I feel like because so many votes went against me last round that this should be a pretty easy round. We'll see though.
I sure hope so, for your ticker's sake.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're gonna win.
That's true.
All right. Next up, Dark Knight #1 versus Batman 431.
All right, this is pretty easy for me so far. Is this pretty easy for you too, Pat, or no? You didn't like either one of these. You don't like either one of these.
I think Pat just checked out. He's like, yeah, I'm done with this.
I mean, probably the iconicness of Dark Knight will probably get my vote here, but I don't like either cover. So
We gotcha. Mike?
Yeah, same reason as Patrick, the icon Batman Dark Knight.
Yeah, I need to figure out where that Batman 431 was somewhere else. So I'm going to figure that out for next show. Johnny?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, man. When this gets to Dark Knight 1 and Killing Joke, I'm going to have a stroke. All right? Seriously. That's going to be easy for Pat, though. I know. Oh.
The Killing Joke. We've got New Teen Titans 36 versus The Killing Joke.
R.I.P. New Teen Titans.
yeah, I feel like it has an easy path. I mean, I feel like it's gonna have an easy path regardless, but now I don't think it has a problem this week either.
Easy one for you too, Mike?
Yeah.
John?
I'm not gonna reveal which way it's easy for me, but
Okay.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy for me too.
Yeah. Man, okay.
all right. Next up, Batman 390 versus Batman 339.
This one's tough for me. Johnny, are you? Is this one tough for you? Johnny had to leave for a minute. Mike, how about you?
Yeah, it's a thinker. I'm leaning one way more than the other, but I'll still think about it.
Sorry, this is not easy. This one is easy for me. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, there was a loud car going by. That's why I didn't unmute it.
Okay, cool. Pat, where are you on this one? Easy for you too?
That's an easy one for me too.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy. Wonder Woman 14 versus Detective Comics 566.
I'm feeling good for Karen on this one still. What say you, John?
Yeah, same. I feel good for Karen as well.
Mike?
Yeah. Sorry, Karen.
Oh, I meant to ask you specifically, since Pat mentioned it about the Joker. Do you like that Joker in that cover, Mike?
No, I mean from his top lip up, I think is okay. It's just his mouth looks a little bit. I like it, but
well, do you think it's intentionally a little distorted because it's it's what it is?
I don't think so.
That was my reasoning behind it too. His mouth looks off or something.
Yeah.
For me.
And it's just Garcia Lopez's Joker is really, really great. So this is Dick Giordano, which he's an amazing artist as well, but I just like the Garcia Lopez Joker better.
What did you say? Did you say what you felt about this one, Pat? Which way you're leaning?
Yeah, I'm probably leaning George Perez's direction here.
Okay. All right.
All right. Greatest Batman stories ever told versus Dark Knight #4. This is a good match.
All right. Yeah, this is a little bit too good of a matchup, in my opinion. Yeah, I sure hope that Batman's power from the last round doesn't flow through this one.
Carry over.
Which, let me just be clear too. I love this. I do like this Batman Greatest Stories Ever Told cover. It's just, this Dark Knight cover. Yeah, I mean the whole Dark Knight. Even the one that's just the Bat Signal cover. I love that one. But
Yep.
Pat, where are you at on this one?
Jumping off that gargoyle, most likely.
Nice. Mike?
Yeah, I got to think about it, but once again, I have one that I'm leaning towards.
And John?
I don't love Batman's face on the Greatest Batman, but I love everything else about it. I'm going with that one.
Really? His face looks pretty perfect on there, if you ask me. I don't know. Heck do I know, though.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then our last matchup, if anybody's doing the math, this is a hard one.
I'm not doing the math.
Not doing the math. Here you go. Batman 417 versus Crisis 7. Man, I hate some of these matchups. Like, why?
I hate this matchup. Why do we have to have two good covers go up against each other? Plenty of bad covers they could have gone up against.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Let's get rid of this riffraff. Oh, man. Yeah.
Take the good with the bad with the randomness. Like, oh, that's a great matchup.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So
are we all thinking this one's pretty even? This is gonna be a head scratcher, right?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me.
Well, not head scratcher, thinker. Yeah, thinker.
yeah, I know my vote, but I think at the end of the day, next week, I think this is gonna be one of those, right down the middle. This will be a tight one.
You on the same page with that, John?
Well, I mean, the strong favorite for me is the Crisis, but I do like both of these covers.
Yeah. I don't even think I own one of those Crisis. I don't even think I own that Crisis. I need to. What's that going for nowadays?
It's not that much.
It would be awesome if DC likes to follow what Marvel does, and Marvel's doing the Secret Wars, facsimiles once a month starting next year. That'd be cool if DC did the Crisis the same way.
I'm loving facsimiles so much that every time they come out with a new facsimile, it makes it easier to part with the originals for me to cash in. But then I still feel like I have the books. Where are you guys on that anyway?
I'm not a big reprint fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the same. Like with the Crisis, I just feel like they're so. You could still get them for not that much more than what the facsimile would be. Like I get if it's like a Fantasy 15 or something, but I don't really get doing facsimiles in books that you could still buy in a back issue bin.
Yeah, that's
Secret Wars 8.
What's that?
What about Secret Wars 8?
Yeah, because that's an expensive book. I get why they would do that one.
No. I was saying about it makes it easier to part with Secret Wars 8 because they're making a facsimile of it now. That's what I was looking for your opinion on.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. Yeah.
What were you getting ready to say, Pat? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I think I read, and I can't. Maybe it was us talking about it. It's come to the point where they're so far down the tier of what they're reprinting. This that's the thing. Is it really worth reprinting or just going out and buying the original these days?
Yeah.
Well, if they do, like Marvel's going to do a foil version and just a standard version, so that's why I'm thinking if they do the foil as well, might be kind of neat to get those just in the foil.
There's a book, since we're talking about reprints and things, like there's a book that confuses me about why people want it, and it's the first 608 Batman, the first part of Hush, and like Jim Lee did the cover obviously, but then that second print is the one that sort of bookends with the Superman he did, where he's standing on a gargoyle, and people, it seems to me like just like that second print for the cover. and it's real expensive, like way more expensive than the first print. But then McFarlane put out the toy with that same cover. You could get the book with, like, you can get it right now. Like, go to the store and buy it now. So if you just want the cover, it seems to me that would take the value away from the second print, but it hasn't. So that's baffling to me. Like, if you just want it to display, like, that seems like why people want that cover. Why wouldn't you get what I guess is, I don't know if they call that the third print or the fourth print or whatever, the one in the you know, in with the toy
action figure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of baffled by that one.
Yeah, you can't use common sense when it comes to collecting habits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it seems to me like if you just like it for the cover, like I get like why a reprint of, you know, Amazing Fantasy 15 would be different than the original because it's the first appearance of Spider-Man. But if it's just for the cover, it seems like a reprint would be just as good. I don't know.
Who knows?
All right. Well, that was it. That's the last matchup.
All right. We have survived. You want to take that down, Mike?
Yeah. So basically now everybody can head over to the Facebook page and vote, or just vote in the comments below here.
Well, yeah. I guess by the time, this is the show's done. If they watch the whole show, they can go vote. Yeah. I did my best to make my banners match up with the accurate time jumping we are doing, with this being a pre-recording. So let's see if I nailed that. And I tweaked a couple things too. I might be, kind of proud of where we are on these banners this week. But that was a great job, Mike. Once again, I know it's a lot of work for you, and you're doing it in a shorter span of time now, so it's even more impressive. So I really appreciate you. All right. Oh, you know what? Hey, I'm going to put this up now that it's over. There's Cover Combat 6. As I was just noting that I am proud of my banner work behind the scenes this week. I didn't have Cover Combat 6 up the entire time. So, yeah, go me. We miss Karen. We need her here for the early show, apparently. So, anyway, man, geez, this is a tough room right now. I got to do this real quick, too. Apparently, I need to do this.
I have a question, Mike. Does it seem like it's like the same amount of people voting now, or are we getting more people to vote?
Yeah, it's pretty much around the same.
Yeah, I thought because Max put it on his personal page. I wondered if he got any more people to vote.
It's a little bit baffling. It's a little. I wouldn't even say a little bit. It's tons baffling for me. I don't get it. I mean.
Yep.
Hopefully, getting some viewer submissions turns that around a bit. But yeah, we're looking for more votes. So, speaking of that, let's get into my closing reminders here. So, please like this video and comment your vote for which covers you think should win these matchups, as well as subscribe and hit that bell to get notifications. You can vote here on this channel now, or on this video now, and I will get that to Mike, or you can go to Facebook, and Mike gets most of his info from the Facebook post. But you can do it either way, making it even easier. And then follow XcellarComics on Facebook, Instagram, and/or X, aka Twitter, and follow Xcellar_comics on TikTok to see the latest posts and updates for the next round of Cover Combat. And then you can help support XcellarComics Cover Combat shows, including the prizes that will be involved with them, starting with Cover Combat 7. And you can do that through Patreon at patreon.com/XcellarComics. And then watch our next live stream on YouTube or Facebook this Saturday evening, October 28th, for our Season 3 finale that should be fun. But we're going to be moving it to the evening because since we'll all be together, we're going to be spending most of the day having that fun. That, of course, then we will tell you all about in the show with some other fun things happening, with at least three of the 4 members in the room agreeing to do a remark of a Batman reflection cover. So that's going to be exciting. That's the first exciting thing we've got to talk about on there. And then lastly, watch the next pre-recorded episode of Cover Combat 6, Round 4, that will post on Monday, October 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did all my math on when all that was going to lay out prior to those because it's with the way we're doing this now, it's so confusing. But what do you guys think?
Good.
I try to live up to the standards that y'all put up for me to follow, so I do my best. So. All right, so that'll do it, right?
Yep, that's it.
All right, let's go get ready for more, I guess, right? So appreciate everyone checking us out, getting your votes in, and until next time, don't forget, appreciating great art is awesome. Reading a great story is fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Xcellar out.